Hello, my name is Caden. This is Castle Tutelage, your home defense network. I've gone through a lot of my videos, and I talk about this subject in a lot of videos. However, I haven't dedicated one video toward this topic. The basic topic is to defend a choke point in your home during a home invasion, or to clear your home in a home invasion. Excuse me. It's very cut and dry for me. As you know, what I really like to do is I don't really watch the big guys. I watch the smaller guys, you know, about 2,000 and under, because they more talk about specific topics instead of trying to get you riled up or have a controversial statement. It makes me think a little bit more about what I'm trying to convey to you. Now, during a home invasion robbery, there are 4 different scenarios, general scenarios, that we need to talk about. And I'm going to do it very generally because I have other videos on it. But you have to know the 4 general home invasion scenarios to really understand if defending a choke point like a hallway, door frame, or staircase is going to be a better tactic for you than to tromp around your home like Elmer Fudd, clearing your house, making sure that no one's inside your perimeter, and make sure that your perimeter has not been broken. Okay, now let's really go through the 4 general home invasion scenarios. The first one I like to call the mythical late night bump at night. That doesn't happen very often. You're starting from your nightstand. You have your nightstand armament and your bags and everything else, and you start from there. It doesn't happen that often. It just doesn't happen that often. The second one is that they're currently now trying to break through a door or a window, some kind of entry point. Okay. The third one is that ringing the doorbell. You or a family member go to the door, you open the door, and they flood you with quick and overwhelming force. The fourth one is the catch-all outside scenario. You're doing yard work, they followed you home from the ATM or Christmas presents. They're waiting for you at the garage because they know you of some sort, or they're inside your house and you stumble upon them, okay? Those are going to be the 4 general home invasion scenarios. So now let's really talk about what is going to be generally a better tactic for you inside the home with defending a choke point or tromping around the home like Elmer Fudd looking for rabbit. Okay? As you kind of tell, you know where I'm going to be going with this. Okay, out of the 4 home invasion scenarios, the mythical late night bump in the night doesn't happen very often. You may have to tromp around the home a little bit if you have a family member. But let's get one thing clear. If you are in one room and your child or elderly parent is down the hallway in a different room, and you may have to pass a couple rooms to get to it, you going from one place to the other, and you're clearing your zone as you go to the other to secure a family member, is not clearing your house. By definition of what clearing your house means is very simple. You are making sure that every nook and crevice inside your home, that there is no bad guy in it. The other thing that you want to do is you're checking your perimeter to make sure that it has not been broken. If you have not done that in its entirety, you have not cleared your home. Okay, now let's go through this. The second one is what? They're currently trying to break through a door or window. You should be in a static position by that point. You can fall back into your safer room, I should say, bring in your family members and that thing. There is no reason to tromp through your home to clear your house at that point. If you're going to be standing your ground, don't get me confused with the stand your ground law as the Castle Doctrine or the stand your ground doctrine. That's not what I'm saying. If you are going to stand your ground where you feel that, well, they're trying to break through a door or window, that is going to be your best defensive position to make sure that these people do not get inside your perimeter. You're not going to be tromping around your home like Elmer Fudd looking for the rabbit in that scenario, or you grabbing your family members and you're going to a safer room. Okay. The third scenario is what? You or a family member opened the door and they flood you with quick and overwhelming force. Let's say that you did not open the door, okay? Your 12-year-old daughter let them in. Well, what are you going to be doing? You're going to have two general responses. Is what? Arm yourself quickly and take the attack to the attackers. A couple of years ago, I was reading some scenarios and statistics where that may be a better general scenario for you to do, but I have not followed up on that kind of a tactic, so I'm not really going to be talking about it that much. Other than that, what would you be doing? You'd be falling back to a better defensive position, because if you have 5 guys storming your home with quick and overwhelming force, you are going to be defending a static area, a hallway, a door frame, a staircase. Plain and simple. Let's get into how big of an advantage defending a choke point is for you compared to tromping around your home. Okay, let's take General Santa Ana and the Alamo. There was about an 8.5 to 1 dead-to-dead ratio between Santa Ana's troops and the Alamo. I'm not talking about Santa Ana's injured. I'm just talking about dead-to-dead, because what the Alamo guys did is that they had a particular zone that they were responsible, and they defended that particular area. They weren't looking at the 9 o'clock position and firing at the 6 o'clock position and trying to defend the entire 360. That just does not work. That's what you're trying to do when you are defending a choke point behind either concealment or cover. Okay. The next thing I want to convey is that trying to get someone out of an entrenched position is very tough. What the Army does, or Marines, whomever, when they go through an urban area, they like to have up to 9 to 1 to try to root that person out of defending their defensible position and defending a choke point. Okay, so that means that if you are one person defending a choke point and have a little bit of concealment or cover, you may be able to defend up to 9 to 1 of the bad guys. That is a heavy odds maker compared to tromping around your home looking for Elmer Fudd. Tromping around your home like Elmer Fudd, searching for the rabbit. The fourth one I want to be discussing, because that, again, is an outside scenario, and you're not going to be tromping around your home like Elmer Fudd. Now, one thing I really like is that Massad Ayoob really goes through this in a lot of his writings, in some of his interviews on TV and on YouTube, that tromping around your home like Elmer Fudd just isn't very good for anybody. The over-penetration scenario keeps on popping up. You know, using a shotgun. A shotgun is a very good what? It's a very good auxiliary or artillery piece in a static position. You can use any long gun, if you will. If you want to insert some kind of AR-15 or AK-47 .223 round, that kind of thing, you know, it's really interchangeable at that point. And what he actually discusses, that if you are in a defendable area, you know where the lead is flying, you know what backdrop it's going to be hitting, and you don't have to worry about over-penetration in that sense, okay? So you may not be able to get to your elderly parent, but you know by the direction of travel where your lead is flying, you are not going to over-penetrate and hit your 9-month-old baby. That's a lot of people like to say is, yeah, you don't want to use double-aught buck because you're going to kill your baby. Let's throw out the baby card, because it's nonsense. If you are defending a choke point, you know where the lead is going, okay? You cannot do that if you are tromping around the home like Elmer Fudd. You do not know where the bad guy is. It's going to be multiple people. Another common tactic is that one comes through the front door and one's trying to break through the back door. Are you going to be flanked at that time while you're tromping around the home like Elmer Fudd? In an entrenched position where you're defending a choke point, especially on the second level, it is going to be less likely that you're going to be flanked in some position. What he also talks about, you know, Massad Ayoob is an author. He is a police officer. He's an expert witness in defensible shootings, okay? One of the things that he actually talks about is, hey, tromping around your home, that's my, I love that. Tromping around your home like Elmer Fudd looking for the rabbit gives you a visual on how silly and cartoonish it is to actually do that. But what Massad Ayoob was saying is this: if you call the police and you're trying to clear your room and you're a man that the police don't know, and you have your gun and you're pieing the corners and you have a light going, and all the cop sees is a man with a gun on a call of a burglary or a home invasion, that kind of thing. What is the cop going to be looking at if he sees you in the window with a gun? Are you going to be shot at that point? I don't know. So I think it is a very good idea if you have to collect your family and you go from one area of the home to another area of the home, but let's be specific. Clearing your home is clearing your home. Making sure that the bad guy is not, bad guy or guys, is not inside your perimeter, and that your perimeter hasn't been broken. That is the definition of clearing your home. Not going past a couple of rooms to a family member, okay? So, when you are going through what is best for you in your home scenario, is it best for you with that, and we're talking about the most likely scenario of you tromping around your home is going to be that late night bump in the house where you don't know if it is your cat. I've had an owl hit my window and I saw it was sitting on the ground still flopping because it broke its couple of things. I've had that happen to me. So the argument is, out of the 4 general home invasion scenarios, 2 of them are going to, well, 1.5 of them is going to be very unlikely. You know, well, let me back up on that. Let me think of that. Yeah, 2 of them are not going to be, you're not going to be tromping around your home like Elmer Fudd. And 2 of them are going to be very, very less likely to happen. Okay? Think about what is good for you. Alright? Think about the possibilities. And I am a strong believer in that you should train on how to pie the corners, how to clear your home. I think that is a very good idea and training exercise for you. However, the possibilities of it actually happening are very small. Again, my name is Caden. This is Castle Tutelage, your home defense network. I hope this helped.